We're going to take a look at your worst first date stories. I mean, it has nothing. If it's the worst, it actually has nothing to do with relationships. This is not a relationship advice stream. This is more along the lines of the confession stream because I mean, if it was a bad first date, you didn't go on a second one, and you certainly didn't date the person, you know. So, unless you're a fucking idiot or something, and the first date sucked, and you're like, maybe it won't suck after a while. Driver, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you for the 2 months. I subscribed to you because of the Minecraft stream you did with Johnny Gilbert. There's actually 2 or 3 of those. Quite some time ago, though. Thank you very much. Appreciate the follow. Why can't I see any of the chat in the Discord? I think you have to verify your Discord or some shit like that. What's on the chair back there? It's the mannequin and his son. And luckily, amputated limbs are not hereditary, so it's totally fine. It's not genetic. Mr. Sub, Aaliyah, thank you for the sub. Dilf Lover, thank you for the 100 bits. I genuinely believe that you have separation of rib cartilage. I'm going to ask them for an x-ray. I'm going to ask them for an x-ray of my rib because it's getting bad. It's getting bad. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I have a very funny TikTok idea that I cannot yet share with you guys, but I will say it will drastically change my appearance to make me look stupid. So I don't want to do this and then my family come visit me and then I go into surgery and all of the hospital staff is going to see me. It's going to be good. It's going to be so good. I don't want to wait though. I want to go ahead and do it. But I'm not going to spoil it. I'm really bad at spoiling things. Are you going to do drag? Well, no, because drag I could just take off. It's something that I wouldn't be able to take off, you know. Okay, let me fucking think. I gotta be careful with my voice inflections too. Like if I speak too loud, it fucking hurts. What the fuck? Like that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. The left rib is connected to my voice box. That's stupid. And voice box is a medical term, so that's goddamn dumb. Also, it's stinkier than ever. This shit is yellow now. Also, I had to duct tape it. I mean, I could move this bitch freely. My arm is... That looks better than Friday, I think. Now I just kind of look like I'm decaying. I don't really look like I'm dark-skinned anymore. That's disgusting. Well, watch the last VOD. It's way worse. Yeah, but I mean, I'm fine. But what sucks is I'm healing and I'm all good, and then they're gonna put metal in my body, and then I'm gonna be hurting for like 3 weeks, dude. So that sucks. But anyways, and then I gotta go to occupational therapy, and I gotta learn how to use my elbow again. Oh, fucking god damn it. That was one of the things I want to talk about. I'm doing a video series. I've got a plan. I'm not gonna let this shit get me down. The rib thing is gonna be a hassle, but I'm gonna not vlog the full experience, but I'm gonna, record surgery and all that stuff, and then my healing process after. And I told you guys, like, weeks ago when I broke my elbow, I was like, I just got this new diet plan, and I got this new workout regimen, and I was gonna hit it fucking hard as soon as I got back from Austin, and I did it for 1 day, and then I fucking broke my elbow. But the surgeon said I can start working out a week after surgery, but just not this arm. So I'm thinking, how big and jacked can I get the rest of my body? That's 12 weeks. You could make a shitload of progress in 12 weeks. 12 weeks, especially if I'm like really, really on it. How big can I get my legs and my arm, my entire body minus my left arm? How funny would that look? That would look hilarious, I think. So I think I'm gonna hit it hard after surgery, or a week after surgery, and I just want to see. I want to see how I'm gonna push the limits of how disproportionate I can make my body. Are you gonna make yourself look ridiculous for a bit? That's exactly. Yeah, I think it would look funny. I don't know, and people would also give me empathy because, well, he had an injury. I didn't just do it to do it. Real MLG.
Both of the fans that we bought are not battered.
That's unfortunate.
I know, so now we're gonna have to take both of them back.
Now?
Well, just at some point.
You went back to Walmart, the place that didn't have the battery-powered fans?
No, it said from battery something. So we saw the word battery, and we were like, ew, it takes batteries. And then we took it out of the box.
Like the name of the company was Battery something?
No, it said like on the thing, it said portable because it could be plugged into a battery source, but we thought it meant like it takes batteries. And we were wondering how it was so big.
You gotta read more than one word.
This big. We were like, there's no way. And there was no way.
She went to, or she's going to Bonnaroo, and she's having to buy all this equipment, and I just have to sit here and watch like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, we obviously want him to come, but he can't.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll pop out. Maybe I pull up on a gurney.
You have to be very, very careful.
Gurney, yeah, gurney. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I fucking broke my rib on the stairs, so. See, that's what. Ah! I wish. It's pathetic. It's goddamn pathetic. It is so painful, dude. It's so painful. The elbow, I could fucking jump off a bouncy castle again, and it wouldn't hurt as bad as my rib. It's like it for real is like I have Tourette's, because every once in a while I'll be like, something bad happened on the stairs. I will say, okay, 2 things, and then we get into I just like to chat after I've been gone for 48 hours. 2 things. Dude, it's so bad. I for real was like crying in bed last night. I slept 2 hours because I couldn't find a fucking good position to sleep in. Every position felt like I was in hell. Like I would, see, burping, it was like I would imagine that's what it's like if you were condemned to hell. Like that's probably how Hitler sleeps every night in hell. Like that right there. You can never get comfortable. You know, Judas sleeps like that in hell. Anyways, all right, the 2 things I was going to talk about. 1, I had social interaction for like the first time in goddamn forever, other than my surgeon visit, and I went out with some of my. That's why I missed stream on Saturdays, because I was like, I'm soaking up social interaction, because I got cabin fever here. I've just been at home, stream, record, edit, jack off, fucking watch the rehearsal. That's the second thing I want to talk about. But yeah, I went out, and it's kind of awesome how much sympathy you get from people. Everyone is just like, oh man, I feel so bad for you. And I'm like, I know, it was crazy. And then they ask what happened, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna make up an awesome story. You're jacking off with a broken arm and a rib. What else am I to do? I'm bored. What else am I gonna do? That's like that's my solution to everything all the time. Big business decision, clears the mind. It's like an SSRI or something. It makes you, it helps you. It doesn't. I mean, I don't have post-nut clarity. I don't have like soul crushing, like, oh my God. That stopped when I was 10. But anyways, I feel like I bring that up a bunch. I'm not just like jerking off all the time. I do other things. But the second thing I said, I watched, this is how much nothing I'm doing. So I guess I'm jerking off and I'm watching TV shows. And then sometimes at the same time. The Rehearsal Season 2, maybe, I mean, at the very least, one of the best shows in the last, 10 years. Oh my fucking God. So good, so abstract, so poetic, so artistic. It was a goddamn work of art, and it was so funny. It's on HBO, or Max, I think they call it now. Used to be called HBO Max. Nathan Fielder is a goddamn genius. Oh, man. So good. So motherfucking good. The guy from Nathan For You, one of the greatest TV shows of all time. It beats The Rehearsal Season 1. Okay, that one hurt my elbow a little bit. Beats The Rehearsal Season 1 by a mile. Like, it takes that concept and oh, God, so good. What I put on my Instagram story today, that was that was one of the scenes of the show. It's the best. It's, oh my, and it's hard to even like describe. Because, like, if I were to describe it, it doesn't sound that interesting, but then you watch it, and it is a goddamn work of art. What a transition from jacking off. This is all I'm doing. I'm streaming, I'm watching The Rehearsal, season 2, and I'm jacking off. What is it about? It's what I super, like, zoomed out view. The Rehearsal is about Nathan Fielder does these, like, sort of like, he does, like, comedy, social experiment sort of things. Like, it's always involving the public, and it's always fucking ridiculous, and he's always fully monotone. Wow, I can't believe you guys. Also, people that are just popping in, you gotta submit your worst first date story right now. It's up there. It's pinned. Host and Tito's, thank you for the tier 1 sub. But The Rehearsal, as a whole, the concept is just, like, rehearsing social interactions before you have them, so you're better prepared for the social interaction. So, like, a dude will, but he always gets these, like, ridiculous people. So a perfect example would be like a first date, you know? So Nathan Fielder will hire an actor or actress that looks like the person who's going on the date and completely build a set, like a perfect replica of where they're going to have the date. And then, oh man, the guy who drank his grandson's pee. Oh yeah, I remember the clip. Nathan, for you. Anyways, Nathan Fielder's a fucking genius. He became a pilot for this. He flew a commercial. I don't want to spoil it, but Hose and Tostitos, think of the one. Gifted, Jaden Loves You, think of the Prime sub. ABC Mech, think of the 9 months. I can't believe more of you aren't talking about this. Do you guys not know what I'm talking about? It's such a good show. It's the best. I watched it from start to finish from like 9 a.m. to like 4 p.m. And then I got out of bed and that was it. That was my day Saturday. And then I went and hung out with my friends. We have lives, so no. You fucking watch TV. You watch more TV than me, I bet. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube. I probably watch a lot more YouTube than you. But I don't watch much TV. Overcompensated is a great show. Hell yeah. Where's the pin thing to submit my story? It's pinned. Meaning it's at the top of the chat. There you go. But the YouTube recommendation algorithm, it's starting to piss me the fuck off, dude. Actually, searches in general. Let me rant for a little bit, and then we'll jump into the first date stories. I'm still allowing people to submit. It's open right now. If you have a story that's in mind, and you don't want to be like, where do I submit? I don't know. Submit right now, right there. iCarly.com, thank you for the 4 months. Love the squash pic you posted today. He looked majestic, dude. He's getting a little big. Can we start? No. Let me rant real quick. Search, just randomly. My rib, dude. I gotta get him removed. Has nothing to do with boning myself. So, searching on the internet has become motherfucking impossible. It's good luck fucking finding anything. Google, fucking possible. Like, I Google, let's say I want to see a movie. The Rehearsal Season 2. Let's say I want to look up that season on Google. And AI will be like, you know, The Rehearsal was recorded... and it was filmed in the 70s, and it was by this guy. His name was John Anthony Jackson. And it's like, well, no. Or like I want to find one butt fucking picture of a bird, a specific bird, and I get as specific to the image as I possibly can, and I'll never find it. I'll never find it. TikTok search, good fucking luck finding anything. Good luck finding anything. Good luck, dude. You want to look up, you know, if you have a thought of what was that one viral video where they were like, free Shavakadu. You type in free Shavakadu and like the videos will be like, come get ready with me for a night out in Phoenix. Come get ready. Like what the fuck does that have to do with free Shavakadu Vine, you asswipe? Holy shit. Also, speaking of fucking Phoenix, Arizona, I checked my AirPod location today in Phoenix. What? Excuse me? What are we talking about? That's crazy. Why? I haven't been to Phoenix since January. But then upon further investigation, it said 5 months ago. So I think those are my old AirPods I left in. But I had no idea. I guess I just had 2 AirPods or something. But it's just at some dude's house. Like, it's in a neighborhood. It's not like in the garb. Like, someone is using my AirPods right now. They're fully charged, and they're in Phoenix. Or wait, no, they're not. It said 5 months ago. What am I saying? This is what I'm saying. Sleep deprivation kills. Makes you fucking stupid. It's chilling there, but it was last seen in a dude's house, is my point. Or a woman's house, maybe. Do many women own homes? What's the stat on that? I'm kidding. Oh shit, happy 69 day. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you celebrated 69 day with your friends and your family. And I hope it was good. I hope, you had the big 69 dinner that everyone has, you bust out the whole 69 ham and the rolls. And yeah, I hope you had a good time. Me and my family, we would always say grace before the 69 feast. Do you guys get it? Yeah, it's because it's June 9th. So 6-9. Pretty cool. Unless you live in fucking Britain. It's like 9-6 or something stupid like that. You guys have your 69 day like way all the way in September. We get to have ours early. Christmas came early this year. What a dumb way. What a dumb way to set up your dates. That makes no sense. But anyways, speaking of dates, God, that was a good transition. It is time to react to your worst first date stories. Your first date horror stories. Ooh, god damn. I hate that I can't just have I might just add text that's like, I have a broken rib, and sometimes I'll just start moaning. Because I feel like anybody that's popping in, they're just like, what? What was that about? Wait, what does that chat say? Hold on. 1 second. I just got banned from Zeus's chat. Well, you can't call him the N-word. He's not a huge fan of that. He only lets his boys do that shit. All right. Lotion.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like.
Yep. I've actually been doing some coding research because of this was the gateway for me. I have Python now. I was playing around with it for a while. Lotion.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like.
Island. Yes. Exactly. All right. I need to go to the dentist. I think I'm getting a cavity. I just graduated Friday, fella. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. That's how fucking bored I am, by the way. That's how goddamn bored I am. Is I picked up coding. I picked up learning Python language. You gotta be bored as fuck and phone dry as fuck to be like, oh, I'm thinking about a code shit. Boo. I used to make fun of those guys. Now look at me. I've become one of them. All right. It's time. The president knowledge is cool down. Thanks. I mean, that wasn't learned recently. That's just been in my little brain for a while. There's also a big autistic aspect of the Rehearsal Season 2, if you guys are into autistic shit. Yeah. Which I know you are. You guys love it. Everyone on the internet loves it. Okay. Again, the form is pinned if you would like to now submit some of your worst first date stories. I'll be taking a look at them right now. Let me think if I have any bad ones. I've told this on like a confession stream before. This is the first one that comes to mind. I haven't had one that I've just left and was like, oh man, that was the worst ever. I've definitely had some first dates that there was not like really chemistry, but maybe I just am too optimistic. Like I was just like, I totally killed that. Oh, Bryce. Thank you for the raid, brother man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. If you're wondering, I broke my elbow. And hello, buddy boy. Hello, buddy boy. If you're wondering, I did break my elbow on the cast is here. You broke your elbow? Yes, I did. Oh, check this out, dude. Had that one ready to go. Jumped off the bouncy castle, shattered it on my living room floor. I spent, the lore runs deep. When I hit the ground, yes. Yep, when I hit the ground from the bouncy house. You wouldn't think that I broke my elbow from that, but I did. I did in fact do that. That is, and my rib. My rib is broken. I wanted to mention that as well. I was walking up the step. My rib has been hurting me every day. It's gotten progressively worse, and then I walked up the stairs last night, and it popped out a little bit. And I was like, yeah! Show clip. You guys could just sort by top clip 30 days. You can find it. I guess we'll show the fucking thing. I just feel like I've shown the clip so much. I don't want to be the broken elbow guy. I guess I have to be. I have to be the broken elbow guy. I have surgery on Friday. Bryce, but thank you for the raid. I mentioned the rib broken thing because sometimes I just start like moaning and crying because it just randomly hurts and it's like the worst pain ever. So, no stream Friday. I will be fucked up Friday. It's anesthesia Friday, brother man. I feel like I'm stronger than that though. I feel like mentally I've got a strong mental will. You know what I'm saying? Please stream on pain meds. No, but I don't think I will do that, actually. I mean, it just makes you sleepy. You gotta get a little sleepy weepy. Ali Soups, think of the 15 months. But yeah, we are going to be reacting to y'all's worst first date stories. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I was trying to think of one of my worst first dates. None that stick out as like that crazy. Maybe if I like sat down and thought about it. There was one. It's echoing. What do you mean? Like, is it? No, it's fucking not. You asswipe. No, I fall for it every time because I would have seen that prior. I know it's not. Knee-jerk reaction. I feel like you've been asked this on every Q&A. Exactly, and that's why I'm now turning it on to you guys. But yeah, there's one time, I remember this distinctly? I don't know. I was pretty young. Thank you for playing Fart Reverb. I was like freshman in college, sophomore in college maybe. I took this girl out for Asian food. We got Chinese food. And, I mean, the date in and of itself, it was pretty good. I'm a pretty suave guy. And then, but the embarrassing part is, this is the only time I've ever been like swerved, you know? It was crazy. Like, I thought there was so much chemistry. So maybe my optimism is I'm optimistic to my own detriment. But it was like the classic, like I was like, you know, doing the dude thing where I was like, and she hit me with like, and I went straight cheek. I was like, oh, fuck. All right, well, I just locked the doors and I'm going to drive both of us off the bridge into the river. All right, and those are that's what's called the consequences of your actions, lady. God damn. No, it happens. So that was pretty embarrassing, but I don't have one. It's not like a horror story. I don't have anything fucking crazy. I have one, but it's less, we didn't really go on a date. It was more so like we were at a bar and I was like, would you like to come back to my dorm? And she was like, yes. And then, so if you could call that a date, you know, awkwardly sitting on my twin size mattress. Ooh, you know what? I had a date. This is not a horror story. This is not an awful first date. I'm just really talking about me right now, but I'm trying to pad the stream out, and then we'll get to you guys. All right? Right now it's me time. I may have told this on stream before, but I went out with someone in Nashville, and she was talking about her rich, like, ex-influencer boyfriend. But, like, the rich part was, like, a big part of it. It was, like, a pretty significant, like, that was, like, half of the conversation, was her being like, and then he took me out his private jet, and then we went to and then we went to Turks and Caicos, and I was like, do you, and it, like, just happened. She was like, yeah, no, we were on his private jet like a week and a half ago. I was like, what? What am I doing? And I was like, we could split the bill. That's fine. And then she was like, she was cool, though. She was cool. She was the homie. But with that one particular aspect, she kind of droned on about that. Which is why I'm saying it's not the worst, awful first date, whatever. I can't even fucking remember what I titled this stream. Worst first date stories. Was she bad? Yeah, dude. Come on. But she was also in the middle of like a divorce or something. Not a divorce, but like a financially binding, like trying to get out of like that's how much money he had. It's like she just had full access to like all of his money. And they were going through some legal thing. I was like, I don't really know what you're doing at this restaurant with me. I was like, wow, that's great. He sounds rich. I, too, have a private jet. And she was like, no, he's like super, like he, and he had a bunch of subscribers too. It was crazy. It's like, okay. All right. Well, I got a okay amount. I just got fucking big dogged by a person I didn't even know. Yeah, maybe she texted me. Maybe she's, did she say who? What was his name? Hold on. Oh, yeah, popular MMOs. That guy. Oh, that was a guy from the guy from the police video. I'm joking. I'm not. It wasn't popular MMO. Kidding. Joking. No, it was. I made that up. I made it up. I'm lying. I'm full of lies. Lying. Fuck. See, this is progress. I can almost. What the fuck does this say? Oh, in a cozy era. I'm feeling really cozy right now. Oh, we're getting there. It doesn't matter. I can do fucking anything to this arm. I'm getting screws in on Friday. Other than, like, break it again. Okay. With that being said, it's 46 minutes into stream. That's, like, the little last bit of my coffee. Like, the pre-cum of my coffee. It's just a small little bit of coffee. Why are you using the broken arm? I'm training, dude. I'm doing OT before OT happens. All right. Linking to the sheets. What, it doesn't show your email or anything, right? Oh, did you not sign the consent form? Yeah, it's like your email and your last name and your... I think your mother's maiden name is on here, maybe your social. Definitely your address is going to be on stream. It's anonymous. We maintain anonymity here. And this is going to update in real time. So, it legit asked me for my address? No, it did not. No, it didn't. Maybe because you had to sign into Google. I'm not collecting... That's not an option. What a crazy Google Forms feature that would be. Fill in address here. When I signed in, it was like, give me your address. You mean your email address? Because that makes sense, because you have to sign in via Google. I told you all I've been coding, dude. You all have Trojan horses on your shit now. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are going to... So now, here's the thing. Is like, now I've shared embarrassing shit with you guys, and then now you guys... Now we're on the same playing field, so you feel more inclined to participate. You know what I'm saying? I can kind of use my... Look at this. This thing is a piece of fucking shit. I can just... And I can use my fingers. Still very slowly. If you crack an egg and eat it raw, I'll give you 5 subs, I promise. Listen. Normally, I'd be like, that does not sound enticing or worth it at all. Don't care. Given the current state of my finances on account of the expensive video, I might take you up on that. I won't. I'm not doing that. But I appreciate your chutzpah. Or whatever the fuck. Fuck! Holy shit. Fuck this fucking light panel. Alright. Start reacting, stream boy. See, that feels a bit racist. I'm not a black guy, but it feels a bit like... It seems like you want to say something racist and you're using this as an outlet. Like, you're like, I can't say a lot of these words to black people, so I will, put that energy into this so that way I can live my life. Alright. Sorry, guys, it takes me a fucking while to type shit. Or do anything. Slow walker. 1, 5. Random number generator 83. I'm gonna kind of take some creative liberty here. If it fucking sucks dick out of an ass, then I am gonna skip it. Ooh, alright. There's gonna be some dead air for sure. Because of my fucking inability to type. Here we go.
I had a guy ask me why to every question I answered. It felt like a job interview.
It's less of a job interview and more of like your baby nephew. Oh, were you on a date with a baby lady? Were you on a date with a 5-year-old? That's their favorite question. They'll be like, why is the earth? I don't know. They just say why continuously until you're like, I don't fucking know. They're like, well, why does God allow people to go to hell if he loves them? And it's like, well, God wants you to find him and convert your life to him. You have to find him on your own. They're like, well, why? What about the people that can't? And it's like, wow, I don't fucking know. You're 5. Fuck you. That's like a real conversation. I added words, but I've had that conversation with I don't know what to say. I was a church counselor. I was ill prepared for the job. I was a church camp counselor for a week one time. I was acting in church camp counselor. Why is the sky blue? Why is the water wet? Yeah, exactly. That's odd. I also don't really know how this works as a conversation. Ask me why to every question I answered. Yeah, that's odd. That's an odd. Maybe he's autistic or something. That's not that great. I mean, it could be worse. Like, I was expecting, like, you know, some crazy shit. Like, this guy pulled up in, like, a clown costume or something, and he kept going, like, okay. That is super annoying and hilarious. To not realize that you're saying why every time. Well, why did you go to this school? Well, why did you choose that line? Actually, that is a lot like a job interview. That's always first fucking conversation. The horniest dude you know will be like, oh, wow, account executive. That sounds really interesting. What does your job entail? Ooh, inside sales associate. Tell me more. That's the horniest guy ever, you know? So probably that sounds a lot like a job interview. Asking about your motivations for work and school and where you live or what have you. You know that because it's you? Well, you gotta fucking do it. You can't be like, not a real job. Okay. Random number generator. 145. See, this is what I'm talking about. 145 says, do you like the album Sweetener by Ariana Grande? If not, you should totally listen to it. It's good, I promise. If that detail from earlier about knowing your addresses was true, I would now read your address live on stream, is what I would do. Who was that? It's all anonymous. Why? Because that's not a first date horror story. That's not a bad first date story. That fucking sucks. Oh, I see. The why bit. Let's do the one above it. Hold on. This one's kind of interesting. Because this says me and my ex. Meaning that this shitty date happened. And she was like, we'll give this guy a chance.
Me and my ex went to the pumpkin patch together, but since it was really far away, we had to drive a couple hours. He was farting a lot on the way there, and I didn't say much about it, but he seemed very distracted. We're 3/4 of the way there, and he says we need to pull over right now. And so we pull over onto the side of the hallway. He gets out of the car and grabs one of his shirts from the back seat, goes to the woods, and shits into shirt? I think it was so I didn't have to physically see it coming out of his hole. But then instead of leaving the shirt there, he put it into a Walmart bag and let it sit in the back seat. I made him turn the car around because I refused to go the rest of the way there, as he had a poop-filled shirt in the back seat.
Right, but then you also decided to be like, let's give a shot at love. Come on. I mean, love knows no bounds. What am I gonna judge this guy? Because that's his ex. She had this poopy doo-doo experience and was like, let's date poopy doo-doo poop boy. Why not leave the poop in the woods? Why did you bring the poop back to where this girl you're on a date with is? She's gonna want to see this poop. Yeah, look at the size of that one. You would not believe the log I just dropped in the woods. Look, I put it barely fits in the shirt. Look at this. Honey, your poop is ready in real life. Wow. Okay, so wait. Okay, so you're going to the pumpkin patch, and I'm really hung up on the detail about you still dating him. That's hilarious. His name was Clarence? What? That alone, you should be like, I mean, that's strike one. You're like, we're going to give him a shot. And then he poops himself. That's strike two. Farting also. Farting on the first date, that is balls, dude. That's serious fucking balls. To fart on the first date is crazy balls. Because you guys don't know each other. You're really taking a chance on this being a girl that's into farts, which is not many of them. Not many of them are into farts, dude. So, did they make sounds, or was he just farting and it smelled bad and he was like, "Pooh, whoa, cow pasture over there. You know, we're out here in the middle of nowhere." Woo, crazy. Yeah, I don't know. What parents look at their beautiful baby boy, whom the mother nurtured and cared for and held him in her womb for 9 months, held this sweet little baby boy in her womb, and it grew from like just a little pinto bean into life, created life in this baby. This baby came from nothing, became life, went through the pains of childbirth. Just to be like, Clarence. That's Clarence. This beautiful baby boy is Clarence. We'll call him Clarence. That people stopped being named Clarence in the 50s. No one is named Clarence. You guys are saying my government name like that fucking is even near Clarence. Clarence is like Bartholomew. That's great. You look stupid. I see the bit you're trying to do. You look dumb. Ooh, you look stupid. Because Clarence is in line with Bartholomew or Rumpelstiltskin or something. You might as well be named Rumpelstiltskin if your name is Clarence. You might as well be named Rumpelstiltskin. You know? I mean, Jesus Christ. Hilarious. This one's so funny. That's so... I mean, I've told this on stream a bajillion times. But I had a reason. Maybe he had a reason. I don't know if he explained this to you. But I got food poisoning from Chipotle, and I just started dating this girl in college. And I took her back to my apartment, and it was a small apartment, so the bed is here. The toilet is here. The bathroom is connected to the room. So she's laying in bed here on the left side of the bed when you're walking into the room. So she's close to the bathroom. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps away. And I got food poisoning, and my fan didn't work in my bathroom, and I was just shitting up a storm. I was shitting and vomiting and shitting on my vomit. You know? I miss when you were a TikToker? What do you mean? I mean, I still post TikToks relatively. I just can't keep up the momentum of goddamn minute-long clip compilations every other day. I'm still on TikTok, baby boy. But yeah, I was pooping and shitting and vomiting and stuff. And she's just laying in bed and like pretending to, hold on, that was just rage bait is what that was. It's not like a pet peeve, but it is funny when people are like, guys, it's a little quiet in here, don't you think? Not that it matters. I'm just like, what's going on in this comment section? What's happening? I'm just asking the questions. No, I mean, this is sincere. It's just a little, don't you guys think it's a little bit quiet in here? You know? Wait, you're posting still. This is sincere. I haven't seen you in a while. You're still posting. That's crazy. You know? It just feels backhanded. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I had food poisoning. Just bleh, bleh, and I had to walk out of the bathroom, and she would just be like, how's everything in there? And I'm like, oh, it's fine. Oh, we're fine. No, we're good. And I stayed up all night because I was afraid I was going to poop on her. So I was just standing there. Why didn't she leave? That's what I'm saying, dude. She didn't leave. She was totally rocking with the poop. Yeah, she knew a real shitter, bruh. Skid marks on your girl. You're in her DMs. I'm rubbing my skid marks all over her, dude. She's big spooning my skid marks. She's big spooning my skid marks because I got food poisoning at Chipotle. Yeah, because that's how good I am sexually. Is she'll be fine with that. She's willing to take a few skid marks, and you're DMing her, and you're like, oh, I would love to go out to eat with you. I'm rubbing my skid marks on her panties. That's the grossest thing I've said in quite some time. Bro's losing it? That makes sense in the context of the whatever. You guys aren't listening. You're not allowed to say I'm not making any sense if you don't listen. All right, here we go. I'm trying to say I'm pooping on your bitch. Oh, I'm pooping on your bitch. Yep. Yeah, you're working a 9 to 5. I went and pooped on your girl around noon. All right, I'm sorry. My bad.
She acted like a 2-year-old the whole time, insulted me the whole time, wouldn't pick a single thing to do, and then would get mad when I suggested something.
Do not lead with that. That's crazy. I mean, I got the gist of what you were saying as you went on, but you led with she acting like a 2-year-old, so I'm thinking baby play. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that just sounds like a bad. I mean, that's classic, excuse my French, women. No shade to women, but also 2-year-old is too young. 2-year-old is way too young because if you're like, hey, let's go to Chili's, and she's like, I hate Chili's. Or if you're like, but also, I don't know, I feel like this is missing so much context. Like, maybe you just sucked, and she was insulting you. I don't know. I know, just, fucking girl power or whatever, insult your man on a date, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, maybe he said some fuck shit, or maybe she was just mean. Maybe she was just a mean-spirited biatch, you know? Unless it was playful flirting and you're a pussy. or playful insulting and you're a pussy. Like she was just kind of making fun of you and you're like, she was just insulting me the whole time. But anyways, the main point I was trying to make is the classic like, I don't care what we eat. And you're like, how about Chili's? And she's like, what the fuck? No, not Chili's. And you're like, what about this nice Mexican restaurant? She's like, I fucking don't want Mexican right now. I hate Mexican. That's not what 2-year-olds do. If you asked a 2-year-old, I'm just saying you gave a really bad metaphor. You were like, I dated a 2-year-old metaphorically, which is like, because if you asked a 2-year-old, where do you want to go to dinner tonight? Babe? Not babe. Take the babe off. I was doing it in the context of the story. Whatever, sorry. And then the 2-year-old would be like, baby is what I meant to say. I stopped myself. He'd be like, the 2-year-old part was her, like, carry me, I don't want to walk. Oh, okay. I see. That's what I thought at first. That's why I selected this submission. That's always been odd to me. The not picking a place to do or eat, I don't know. That's not you run into that. That's like a classic sort of old head dad thing to say. It's like the wife she's never happy with the suggestions, but that's kind of true to life sometimes, depending on who you are. But there's some go-getter gals out there. I've been with some, real decisive, plan the whole shit. I'm not a big planner. Maybe that's why. But anyways, hilarious. Baby talk, insane. That's so funny. Next story, I know. I'm really good at milking the stories that are one sentence long. Just the baby play is so fascinating to me. And not in the sense that I'm like interested. I'm just saying it's so weird to be like, I'm a little baby. And you did a little baby. Don't you want to, do you want to, me, uppy, me. Fuck, this one's so long. Guys, we're taking a gamble. I'm just going to pray to God that it's good. Come on. Make it to the V key. Got it. Fuck, this story's so long. Okay, here we go. Strap in or strap on if you get down like that. Really listen. You guys aren't big listeners, which, me either, really.
My first date was with a guy who approached me at the mall in January. We went to different but close schools that we talked for a few months and finally went out on Valentine's Day. The first red flag was that when he asked me out, he was really sweet, like wanting to be my Valentine. But when I agree, he goes, okay, so come to my place. SIR, I said I'd prefer to go out first as it was my first time out with a guy. He agreed after I set the place and time. My mom dropped me off and came in to shake his hand in a small food place next to the mall. The combo was nice. He got me a stuffed animal and gave it to me. I was genuinely starting to relax and have a nice time, but then the subtle hints of my place is empty and not far from here were becoming more frequent over our conversations. I tried to shut them down nicely and said we should go to the mall. We walked around.
Fuck. The use of they, them is really throwing me off. That sounds crazy. That shit's just too goddamn confusing. But it started out because I'm thinking we're talking about, I kind of zoned out for a second. I was like, are there two people involved in the story? Oh, it's Pride Month. Sorry. I'm doing a bit. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Sorry, I'm letting it play.
We walked around just talking for a bit. He kept talking.
He, though, you know what I'm saying? So was that plural? Oh, I get it. Oh, okay, when they said them, they were shutting down the subtle hints of, like, my place is empty and you should come over to my place. I see. Dude, you zone out for 1 second. Why have you been abandoning us? Or he, they. It could be it. You're looking too much into this? I'm trying to understand it. Because I don't want you guys to listen to a long story and then I'm like, I don't know.
We walked around just talking for a bit. He kept talking about his girlfriends, though. Which I don't think I'm the kind of person to get upset about that. But it was weird how much he talked about this one girl. But I just kept the same vibe all evening. After a few hours, I told him my sister was here with her friends, and my dad was going to be getting her and I at 9:00. When I tell you this man had the most confusing look on his face when I guessed that broke the news I wasn't going home with him, he kept saying what? Wait, you're going home? Your dad's getting you. Things like that. I asked to meet my sister at a store close to the doors, and he walked me there. We met up with her and her friend and walked around that area with them behind us. As we were walking towards the doors, he goes, "I gotta ask you something." I said, "Sure."
Oh
Knowing
my God. See, I was worried this would be it kind of had a stench of middle school submission. We're not old enough to drive. It had a stench. And those you got to be really careful. And remember I said I took the gamble and it might suck. And it might suck. You know. No, this isn't anyone's business, but I got a call at 5 a.m. last week that one of my friends in England had committed suicide, so I'm here to say men's mental health is real. So please talk to someone if you're going through something. Yes. I actually forgot it is officially Men's Mental Health Month. But of course, yes. And dudes are also and I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that, if that is genuine. But, yeah, you know, guys are often not too expressive of their emotions, you know. Not that it's a big sob story or what have you, but, you know, sorry to hear that, man. Get your mental health in check, dude. Get your mental health in check. It's hard and it sucks, but if you just take the steps necessary, it gets better day by day, you know, slowly but surely. And get your balls checked, too. There you go. We got some men's mental health resources. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, is you're less likely to, as a man or whatever, it feels, you feel like you're, you know, kind of taking, excuse my French, like the pussy's way out. You're like, oh, man, I don't want to go to therapy. I can deal with this on my own. I'm a big, strong, big guy. I can handle it. And, you know, that's not a good way. Not a good way to cope. I was that way for a while. Not because I thought I was a pussy, but I would be like, it's just taking the easy way out, you know? Like, I'm just not strong enough or whatever. But as it turns out, really helpful to go to therapy and be in touch with yourself. Can we finish the story? Thug it out? I've been down that path. You can only thug it out for so long, brother. You can only woo walk for so long. Woo walk through your problems. Basically, this is a middle schooler, and the guy was like, you should come over to my place. And she was like, no. And he was like, can I kiss you in front of your little sister right now? And he was like, and she was like, no. And that's it. That's the story. And I'm a bit upset that I read that. But this was her first day. Her little sister showed up. You guys missed that part of the story. But this is a tell. This is a tell for middle school shittily written stories. They're really long and nonsensical. But thank you for the submission. It was their first date. My first date, I went to a hayride at like a church event. It was like a fall festival, and we held hands under a blanket on the hayride, and I had an erection the entire time. I remember distinctly being like, I'm super fucked when I get up from this hayride. I was like fully hard during the sermon, and I was it's my first interaction with a woman, really. Woman. We were 14, and we were just holding hands, and I was like, boom! I was like, she grabbed my hand. I was like, let's keep this blanket on. People are trying to talk to me. I'm like, dude, all the blood is in my 14-year-old wiener right now. I couldn't possibly think about Jesus if I tried. Are you like a 14-year-old? See, I knew someone would try to spin that take, but it just doesn't make sense when I talk about me also being 14 and me being in 9th grade. You failed. You failed. You tried and you failed. Next submission. Let's go. From holding hands? Yeah, I was 14, dude. I could get off to Ernest Hemingway at that age. They're like, all rise. I'm like, I'm halfway there, brother. Come on. My penis, it's rising as well. All right. I'm kind of riffing tonight, guys. Wait a minute. Holy shit. This one is funny. It's quick, but it's funny.
He made me drive him to the McDonald's drive-thru, and he made me pay. Total was $32. I only got a Happy Meal. He proceeded to eat all the food in front of me in one sitting.
3 words. Big and greedy. Huge. This might be my old roommate from college, honestly. This sounds just like him. This sounds just like him. Oh, man. This sounds just like the guy. Holy shit. First of all, if you're going to McDonald's on a first date, the relationship is doomed. Unless you guys are kind of those kinds of people. And by those kinds of people, I mean the type of people to wear Cookie Monster pajamas and tap out tees and like a like a monster flat bill, like those kinds of people. If you're one of those people, yeah, white derogatory, then that's fine. You know, that's where they congregate. But paying hilarious. I mean, I don't. This sounds like it wasn't even a date. It sounds like you were both his Uber and Uber Eats driver. 31 at McDonald's, like a burger, nuggets, and fries, to be fair. See how you said 2 entrees there? Double entree, brother, at McDonald's. Just greedy. Hilarious. Yeah, he used you for McDonald's. That's probably what this guy does. This guy probably is like consistently goes on dates and is like, oh, man, my car broke down. Why don't you drive me to McDonald's? Oh, I left my card at home. Why don't you pay for my McDonald's? My roommate in college was like this. He was like, to test a woman, you gotta take her out. First date, Wendy's. I'm like, dude, you're never getting a second date if you take her to Wendy's. He's like, then second date, we go somewhere nice. But first date, we're going, you know, if she's hot, maybe we go to like Church's Chicken. I'm like, dude, you are not getting a second date if you suggest, hey, why don't we have a night on the town? Is he still single? I don't know. He might. I'll hit him up. I'll ask him. He liked the snow bunnies, boy. So honestly, maybe the Wendy's thing was fine for him. It wasn't every time, but there were some nights I'd be like, yo, that is like, did you guys come from Wendy's? Oh, yes. Awesome. Anyways, I mean, I like Wendy's. I mean, the biggie bag, it's good. But yeah, I mean, you can't take a woman to a fast food restaurant and then, it's one thing to do that, but another thing to split the bill. Crazy. Why do you have straight hair in the pic behind you? Get ready for this. I straightened my hair for a stream. Yup. Bet you didn't think that would be the answer to that question. Do they just sit in the parking lot and eat? No, they dine in. Which is funny to call it dining in if you're eating at Wendy's. Like, okay. I'll be eating. Will you be dining in? No, I won't be. I will be eating at this booth right here. What the fuck is going on? I'm trying to... What? My keyboard is tweaking. I know you want the... Rose emoji. Hilarious. Okay, see, this is a long submission. See, I kind of got to vet these a little bit because the long submissions could be good, and then it's like... And then it turns out he was talking to Jessica, who was my friend, and she was the cheerleader captain. Well, I'm just prefacing it because there's going to be a period of time. I mean, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. There's going to be a period of dead air where I'm looking at it and it's like, hey, hurry up. All right. I'm focusing. What do you mean? That was me reading. All right. Rock and roll.
Literally 2 weeks ago, I went on a date that should have been absolutely perfect, but he was completely unchecked. This was our second date, and the first one had been so perfect, I have...
Exempt. What the fuck? Did you not read the submission? Worst first date stories. We'll entertain it.
This was our second date, and the first one had been so perfect.
Just fucking shit on the sanctity of the stream.
We had been planning it all week to go to an entertainment complex, to go bowling. We ended up playing one game of that, and then I suggested we do a round on mini golf and play a couple mini games since it was still so early. All he said each time I suggested something was sure. Yeah, whatever. Mind you, he had been saying all week how excited he was for tonight. What happened to all that excitement? Then, after all that, I asked if he wanted to grab dinner, and he just shrugged and said yes, so we went to a restaurant like 2 blocks away, and he didn't so much as say 5 sentences the entire time. I would ask him something, point out things or people, literally trying anything to get this man to talk to me. He just sat there and would give me one-word answers or just make faces.
Oh, so now we're getting points deducted because we're nonchalant as fuck? Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't realize that was not cool anymore.
It legit got to the point where I crossed my arms and started asking him about his political beliefs.
What? What an odd reaction. All right, it's time to pull my trap card. Where do you stand politically? What do you think about the Trump administration? Such an odd... That's it, I'm about to get political. Don't you make me get political in here. I will get political right now in this bowling alley. I will go Hassan Piker mode right motherfucking now at lane 12.
It legit got to the point where I crossed my arms and started asking him about his political beliefs, just trying to get anything out of him. He hardly answers. And so
I always ask dudes right away. No. I mean, I get the sentiment, but insane starter. I feel like if anything, you kind of just feel, you just pick up on social cues, you know, there would be subtle hints you can pick up on. Crazy out the gate. To be like, so what are your political beliefs? Not even just like a fun small talk.
he hardly answers. And so when the check comes, I tell the waitress it'll be separate. We walk out of the restaurant. I said I needed to go get groceries and get home, and I left and blocked him as soon as I got home. What TF happened?
Well, here's the thing, is he just discovered the art of being nonchalant. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Wait. I typically always pay for my date's meal, not this time. The fuck? Gay guys? Our first Pride Month submission, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Gay guys. I took a chance on this. I wasn't smelling Chad. I was smelling the gay guys. Oh, wow, my heart feels warm. See? That was me doing poppers. Get it? Come on. So, I think these are gay guys. Unless this is just a girl that pays for a dude on a date. That's everything? They usually, I'm going gay. Or I'm not going gay. I'm locking in gay as my answer. That's besides the point. Clearly, this guy he clearly became disinterested in you. No offense, but you already knew that. And maybe found someone else in the interim. Sometimes you go on a first date and it's like, oh man, I love this person. I think I'm having dreams about getting married. And then they never text you again. And you're like, fuck. No! I didn't come out. You know what probably happened is he probably started dating the way God intended. I gotta stop. It's Pride Month. I can't be riffing like that. This is great. This is the first Pride Month submission. Presumably. I'm using context clues here. You can talk to people as adults and be like, yeah, not gonna work. Yeah, of course. I mean, this is the worst way to go about it. To be like, harumph the whole time. Yeah, I'm not saying it was good what old dude did. Yeah, just cancel instead of being a fucking buzzkill. I'm trying to bowl. I'm trying to fucking bowl. God. A funny bit that I think about often is Evan, one of the moderators, and he's not a mod. I mean, he has the mod role, but he's not modding. But me and him had a bit on like the early stages of the podcast. Friend of mine was a mod. We had a bit on the podcast, early stages of the podcast, like second episode, of like over competitive, hyper competitive boyfriend, like going bowling with your significant other, or like going on a date with a guy who is like super into bowling, and they're like, yes, whoa, and then he's like, in your fucking face, bitch! Or like they're playing tennis or something, and he's like spiking crazy ones down on it. Yeah, no, I need to be careful with my movements. I couldn't commit to the bit physically. All right, next one. There was one I saw that was really funny. Someone got shot over bowling in my town. Shit ain't sweet, bro. Shit ain't sweet. Shit ain't sweet. Motherfuckers die about this shit every day. I saw it happen with my own two eyes. Lane 3. He was going for a spare.
My 22nd birthday, I went on a Tinder date. The girl was very religious. We hit it off, and then she tried to convert me and invited me to Mass the next day. Yeah, a hard no.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. They love doing that. They love doing missionary work on dating apps. And I, I'm not like, immediately when that happens to me, I'm like, oh, man. Not out loud, but in my head, I'm like, oh, man. Boo. Not boo, but just like, I don't really want to go to church that much. And also, like, there's no way she's a freak hoe or whatever. But yeah, it sounded like, I mean, the way you're speaking, it's like this is all y'all talked about. Oh, we hit it off, and then she tried to convert me. Okay, wait, no. You guys hit it off. And, that was sneaky. They were sneaky with it. Ooh. Yeah, this girl should be exempt from Tinder. Or not exempt, but a banned, I guess. Maybe not banned, but she should move to Christian Mingle or something. I'm not religious, but open to the concept. I am as well. I mean, I'm open to it. Maybe, Just right now in particular, I'm like, hard no. I don't know. You should have tried it out. I went to church last week. Pretty good. Pretty good. Felt the Spirit of Jesus come inside my body. Pause. Oh, shit. Did I submit a story of my own? This literally sounds like me.
I beat her like 138 to 69 in bowling, literally doubling her points. That night was the best I have ever bowled.
It's what I just talked about. That's the bit happening in real life. That's hilarious. Oh, my God. You didn't even mention the girl. Yeah. Yeah, I doubled this girl's points one time. She got a pathetic 69, which, happy June 6th, by the way. Got a pathetic score. It was the best night of bowling I've ever had. Everyone was cheering. People were watching from the other lanes. They were like, whoa, what a great score. Oh, the girl. The date was fine. I don't know. It was okay, I guess. Right, the girl. I'm talking about the date. Yeah, it was all right. This rocks. I literally did the same thing. Not the same score. I think that it's the only time I've ever hit 200 something. And I went on a date to a bowling alley because I suck ass at bowling. I'm not good at bowling. But just randomly one night, I was a goddamn shark. And I suggested bowling, and she was like, this was a first date as well. She was like, is this why you took me to bowling? I was like, no, this never happens, I promise. Which made it seem like I was faking it. I gotta find this one. I'm just gonna control F this, because my eyes stumbled across this earlier. And okay, there's multiple first dates in one, which I will allow.
Have a few, actually.
Thank you, Lock DMP. DNP, which stands for presumably Lock, Dick, and Penis. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. And thank you very much. Dude, this is super starting to stink. I can't get over it. But it's a good kind of stink. It's not a good stink. I really singed my nose hairs with that one. All right.
Have a few, actually. Had a first date in an airport and another one in a gas station.
And I'm going to stop it there before the next story, before the next date. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You had a first date in the airport. Meet me at the airport. Meet me at the airport. Terminal C1. Meet me at the airport. Terminal A. Gate 7. We can get some Panda Express. Me, you, Panda Express. Make sure to get there 2 hours before the date starts, because you'll have to go through security. You'll have to go through the TSA line, and sometimes it gets a little jam-packed, and they suggest that you get there 2 hours before your departure, but, that same rule kind of works for a date. Crazy. Fucking nuts. That's who? Who suggested that? The busiest man in the world? The busiest man in the world, no doubt. Sorry, bitch, I'm at the airport right now. You either come see me at this Culver's in an hour, or we're not going on any dates. All right? Just play the story. What the fuck do you have to do tonight? Come on. Oh, they're in chat. We're coincidentally at the airport after talking for a bit. What? That's not a date. Yeah, we had a talk in the TSA line, and then...
Have a few, actually. Had a first date in an airport However, the one that takes the cake was this dude that I was talking to for weeks. And we agreed to meet up for...
Okay, parentheses text. Meet button bitch at the airport, hurry up. All right, hold up.
Have a few, actually. However, the one that takes the cake was this dude that I was talking to for weeks. Text. And we agreed to meet up for a first date on the beach. When I get there, it turns out dude was special needs. You could tell by the way he walked and talked. It was so awkward I had to text my friend to make up any emergency to get TF out of there. That day, I learned to at least FT before meeting IRL.
Oh my God, you didn't know what he looked like? How did you find his number? What do you mean? Oh, did you get catfished? Is that what it was? Is that ableist? Not if she got catfished. I mean, you're not if you think you're talking to a guy and you show up and it's a guy with Down syndrome, if it's someone you wouldn't swipe right on or whatever the thing is, not that that has anything to do with Down syndrome, but I'm saying I'm disabled right now. Okay, listen, come on. I mean, if you're saying, by the way, walked and talked, this could be the voice and walked made her realize. So, no catfish. Hold on, this person's in chat. You gotta give me more context. How the fuck did you find this guy and not know what he looked like? Or you knew what he looked like, but you never spoke? You just texted him? Which I guess makes sense. Because before a first date, you're just texting. Unless it's something like, I don't know, I'm a big caller. I like calling. But you guys texted for a while. Texting for weeks. Not one phone call? Where is this girl? Please. Oh, he looked like his picture, but we never spoke on the phone. Oh, I see. All his pictures are selfies, and then you get to the beach, and it's just like, kind of like Stephen Hawking on the beach. Wheels, if you will. You're like, holy shit. That's crazy. There's this group, Squirmy and Grubs is the name of the YouTube couple. And it's this, severely disabled fellow, Squirmy. Which, first of all, come on. I mean, and I guarantee you that was Grubs' idea. I guarantee you that was her idea. She's like spearheading this operation. And also, half of their videos are like, yeah, we fuck and we fuck hard. Oh, yeah, we fuck. All right. Or like in the vlog, it'll be like, they don't say that, but, they allude to their sex life often. And then she'll be changing his diaper, and then she'll stop and do like yoga for the vlog. Squirmy and Grubs. I'm sorry, this will make no sense if you don't know who Squirmy and Grubs are. I'm just like, you're totally clout leeching off this guy. Number generator. Also, not a date. I want to reiterate that. Just because you were talking to a guy for like a week or two, and then you ran into him at the airport, that does not count. You cannot count that as a date. You can't. However, the beach one, yeah. Something about those earbuds pisses me off. What? You mean my Turtle Beach earbuds, which you can purchase at turtlebeach.com for 15% off, or any other product at turtlebeach.com for 15% off. Yep. Mods, guillotine, cut his fucking head off. Mods, bring me the battle axe and chop him limb from limb. Anyways, what was the number? 153. In the car now, watching you kiss her. This one's stupid, so this is kind of funny. Oh, I didn't delete a few. God damn it. Did I close the tab? Sorry, guys. I'm really slow typing.
He took me to an inappropriate adult fun store. I think that's horrifying enough for a first date.
Why did you agree to that? Because you gotta agree to a location. It couldn't have been just that. It had to have been you guys went to dinner and he's like, how am I gonna pull this off? How am I gonna allude to having sex with this woman? Hey, why don't we check out... Oh, whoa, look, there's a sex store like a mile and a half away. Whoa, it's so wacky and weird. Why don't we check that one out? Just to end off the date. I like to compliment my dinner with huge dildos. That's what I like to do. The thick, veiny ones, yeah. Really pairs well with the New York strip. I swear to fuck if you just went to Spencer's. Oh, man. Boo. Boo. Matching nipple clamps. Well, never mind. I'm looking at the submissions. I'm sorry, I can't see the chat. Sorry, I'm trying to vet this one out because it has a semblance of a good story, but I feel like it might be shitty. Okay, you just talked throughout the whole movie. Oh my god, that's actually kind of funny. This one's actually pretty funny. I saw another detail that I enjoyed. After... Oh, wow, I'm seeing a lot more details that's very funny. Did I fuck up because I didn't put a title? No. Well, what? There's one text input. So if you're asking, did I fuck up because I didn't type anything? Yes.
This surfer dude wanted to take me on a date for a while, and finally asked me to go to the movies. I wasn't really that interested, but I was single and bored, so I said yes. We went and saw Quiet Place. Mind you, this is a basically silent movie. I already don't like when people talk throughout a movie, but this man would not shut the fuck up. I think he was trying to be funny.
I just had a delayed reaction to that. It just clicked. Arguably, the worst movie to talk all the way through. It's fucking called A Quiet Place. There's like 10 lines of dialogue in that movie, and it's all whispering. Fuck, that is funny.
I think he was trying to be funny and make jokes.
Killed. Murdered.
I think he was trying to be funny and make jokes, but they were not funny, and people started to stare.
That's the worst. I mean, that's like reserved for middle schoolers, though. Maybe shitty high schoolers. Because if you're on a date, like I'm assuming this is a fully grown adult man, like surfer dude. I'm assuming this is like college or something. But to be like, hey Jim, why don't you do one of your classic cutaways? Because it's John Krasinski, it's Jim from The Office. Oh, in a quiet movie too, but in the theater, it's like that's what. Oh, so Fexa. Thank you for the 5 gifted. God, that's funny.
I think he was trying to be funny and make jokes, but they were not funny, and people started to stare. And I shit you not, even after I told him to stop talking, this man started doing armpit farts.
Did you go on a date with an 8th grader? Is that what happened? Did you accidentally switch up? It sounds like an 8th grader. Cole Crease, thank you for the prime sub. Hey, can you please be quiet? It's like people are staring. I mean, I can't really talk during. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What'd you say? Yeah, exactly. Did you go on a date with Q? Did you go on a date with Sal Vulcano from the Impractical Jokers? And luckily, he passed the test. He armpit farted during A Quiet Place.
And I shit you not, even after I told him to stop talking, this man started doing armpit farts.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Armpit farts during A Quiet Place. I was just in shock. Like read the room, man. Not the time. Finally, the movie ends, but he doesn't want the date to be over. So he decides he wants to take me to do donuts in his old-ass Jeep that had 0 traction on the tires. And it was raining. So he takes me to a Catholic church parking lot, does a shit ton of donuts, and we almost flip a few times. He left muddy tire tracks.
Damn, babe, the movie sucked. Why don't we do some donuts? He was actually trying to kill you and himself. He was trying to homicide, so that you never tell the story. And luckily, you can speak your truth. I'm spoiling it for myself, but I'm just trying to age check here. I think she's in college, and this is like on a break, like on a college vacation. So goddamn funny. But he lives in the hometown, and he stayed in the hometown, which is Exhibit A. Oh, fuck. Let's fucking blow this stupid-ass movie. Let's go do some donuts in the parking lot. You remember when I used to do that in high school? You remember that one time I got like a bunch of touchdowns? We beat the Rams. Fucking pussies.
He left muddy tire tracks everywhere. But it was...
Are you doing more fan mail streams soon? Fuck! Oh, no. Oh, shit. Fuck. Dude, the breaking my elbow completely ruined my train of thought. I got back. Oh, shit. They were holding packages for me because they closed it because I signed like a 3-month thing. Oh, fuck, dude. Damn.
He left muddy tire tracks everywhere. But it was probably the most fun part of the date.
Fair.
Just a little weird in the church parking lot that my dad goes to. By then, it was dark outside, so he takes me to the Publix parking lot by my house.
A lot of parking lot
he parks,
activities
and bro
here.
Whips out a ukulele and starts playing at me. Had my real-life Barbie movie moment.
What? All right. This sounds like this was his idea of a good date. Like you were like, why don't we go to the movies? And he's like, fuck no. First off, we're going to start with donut. I guess we'll go to the movies, but it's going to be a fucking gay movie and I'm an armpit fart the whole time. That's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to do cool shit. Well, you do your stupid fucking idea. And then I'll do armpit farts. Or wait, I already did armpit farts. But we'll go to the Catholic church and we'll do donuts in my Jeep. And then after that second thing, we're going to go to the Publix parking lot. And I've been trying to learn ukulele, so we're going to do ukulele. And we're going to fuck right there in the Publix parking lot. That's the next part of the story, if you guys were wondering where this was headed.
Had my real-life Barbie movie moment. I tell him that I should probably get home soon, so he fully tries to hook up with me. I'm still at a loss of words
Publix
from
parking
after
lot,
this
dude.
entire date. But again, I was single and bored, so I made out with him. Even that wasn't good. Now he still tries to hang out with me on breaks when I get home from college. Very interesting dude.
Damn, dude. To be fair, he did try to kill her in the car. You know. Fuck in the Publix parking lot? I don't, like, unless you guys saw A Quiet Place really late at night, like you saw one of the 10 p.m.s or whatever, Publix could have been open. This has to be fake. I hope it's not fake. I hope this is real. It's almost too ridiculous to be fake. He went home proud? Absolutely. He was like, totally would have fucked her if I hadn't overdid it on the armpit farts. It's fine. It was cool. That's why I whipped out the ukulele. He was apologizing so that I could get some pussy. He had the Colleen Ballinger approach. All right, we'll do one more and then I'm going to pee. And then I'll come back. Hi, it's Emily. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Wait, what was the number? That dude at the movies. The first fucking date, the guy that pooped himself and brought his poop back to his date. That's the craziest detail of that story to me. Like, if I'm that guy pooping myself, I'm not bringing my poo back. Oh, my God. Okay, this tear of 130 to, like, 150 is just poop out of an asshole. I came to you. One time I walked in. What? Okay, that story sucks. All right, this one's good. Are you friends with Joe? I am friends with Joe. Brother, are you friends with Joe? I'll give you a hint. The answer rhymes. No. Or everyone's Joe's friend. Before the tragic passing of my good buddy Joe. Dude, I would love to play Mario Kart, the new one. But in order to do that, I have to buy the Switch 2, which is the same thing, except they make it way more expensive. Holy tits. Are you fucking kidding me? They totally could have made it for the Switch 1. I have to buy the equivalent of, like, I don't know, silk in Asia in, like, the 1300s. I don't know. I don't know that early of history, but I'm saying it's very valuable. It's going to be hard to get my hands on.
Me and this girl I met on Tinder decided to go to Hershey Park for our first date. We both love roller coasters, so we decided that's a good place. After a few rides, she decided she wanted to record a video. Now, firstly, I didn't think this was a good idea, but she wanted to.
Yeah.
We got on the ride,
We
and
know where
she
this is going.
realized that he wasn't tall enough to get a good shot, so she wanted me to hold the phone.
Oh, dude, I thought you were about to be like, we got on the ride, or we were getting on the ride, and as it turns out, she wasn't tall enough to get on the roller coaster.
We got on the ride, and she realized that he wasn't tall enough to get a
It's
good
like,
shot.
how old are you?
So she wanted me to hold the phone. Me personally, I didn't think I was responsible enough, but I could say no. Right? So I hold it, and halfway through the ride.
Hold on. That's a crazy. I didn't think I was responsible enough. I think it has little to do with your ability to be responsible, like your character trait of responsibility, and more to do with like feats of physical strength. Like you're on a roller coaster that's zooming, and you're like good fucking luck. And also trying to get a good selfie, like you're probably trying to impress her.
Right? So I hold it, and halfway through the ride, there was an unexpected turn.
Yeah.
And well, it fell out of my hand. After we got out, she started screaming and yelling at me and almost punched me in the face. I had to pay for it and everything, but you can guess I wasn't getting a second date.
Yeah. That's fucked up, though. Like, that's shitty. That she forced you to. Not your fault, dude. She totally forced you. She totally forced you, bro. And then you just... I mean, good luck. They tell you not to do that. She's just dumb as shit and rocks. But then you did also agree, thinking that you could do it. But then I think if you stood your ground, the bigger net positive would be if you had stood your ground and was like, no, this is dumb. You're a little bit dumb. You're being dumb right now. As opposed to being like, I don't know. I guess I'll try. Because then you have to pay for the phone. You know? I probably would have done the same thing. Like literally the exact same thing. Also, she loves roller coasters, so... I mean, this shit happens, bro. This is kind of shit that happens, dude. She should pay for it. What songs have I been listening to recently? I'm gonna go piss. Oh, that's a poop sound. Sorry. I'm gonna go pee. And then... Yeah. I don't know what song I want to listen to. I'll listen to this classic. Isn't it crazy I stayed up until 9 a.m. today, or 7 a.m. and slept for like 30 minutes and then woke up being like, ow, ooh, and then fell fully asleep at 9 a.m., woke up at 11. What? I try and get a gallon a day, and I often do, and sometimes I do 2. Hydrated. Addison Rae reference. Ooh, 13. Crazy out of context, but submission number 13. In touch with the ground. I just feel like if I do a gallon of water, I have to overcompensate. Like, that won't be enough because it's like the caffeine counteracts the hydration or something, maybe? I don't know. All right. What the fuck? This story makes no sense. This is like a DMT trip. Your camera keeps glitching. Oh, like the bar keeps coming up. I know what happened. Oh, elbow. Hello. Come on, you fuck. Oh, shit. The light panel keeps falling in my sleep. The light panel keeps fucking falling onto the cables in my sleep. But now it's good, right? Are you talking about just the glitch that pops up? Anyways.
OMG high. Worst experience I ever had was a 5-day date with a big muscle guy who was a Marine. He kept giving ideas.
What does that mean? What does a 5-day date mean? That's really aggressive for the first date. That's super aggressive for a first date. That's, hey, you want to go on a vacation with me for 5 days? I'm in the Marines.
He kept giving ideas and had crazy bipolar and would not take his meds. I felt so unsafe, and he picked me up so I couldn't leave. It was the worst ever. Like, it started at a Viking event in St. Louis, and like the 5th day we went to sushi, and the poor lady stepped on his foot on accident and apologized, and he lost his SHIT and yelled I called the cops and got a ride home. Worst ever.
What? This can't be real. There's too many plot holes in this story. Either you are the worst storyteller of all time, or this is made up. Or really both. It's one of those 3 options. Because if I am to try and summarize this, what happened is, first of all, presumably this guy asked you on a 5-day date, the events of which consist of a Viking event in St. Louis, and on the 5th day you got sushi. There's a lot of gaps. What the fuck did you do for 5 days? And he's bipolar. Can bipolar people be in the Marines? Funding for your elbow surgery. Also, if you Control F the word fantasy football, mine will come up. It's a decent story, I feel. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Guys, if you want me to read your story, if you really want me to do it, 5 gifted. Bing bong, your mom gets a discount because they were the first one to start the trend. So just shoot 5 gifted over this way. Maybe 1 gifted, maybe. How about that? You know? I know you probably hate your hair, but I love it. What? I love my hair. I was actually having a good hair night tonight. All right. Anyways, a Viking event. What the fuck does that mean? Hold on. Let's verify this. Viking event, St. Louis. Holy fuck. It's real. It's called Viking Invasion. Hi, it's Emily. Think of the 1 gifted. What? Okay, so that's real. This person probably is lying or just a really bad storyteller or both. The part that gets me, the 5-day date makes no sense. Being bipolar and being in the Marines, I think if this is real, they mean that... Read mine now? Well, what is your... Well, fuck. Give me a word that's in it. I gotta Control F stuff. So, the part that gets me is the bipolar aspect. I'm sure they're just saying that he's bipolar because he's insane. And maybe he's not actually bipolar if he is a Marine. I feel like a lot of those guys are undiagnosed bipolar anyways. Very mean to women, those guys. They get a little... Those are the kind of guys that hit 40? You know, their special training kicks in. You know? Those kinds of fellows. But we're expected to believe the waitress stepped on his foot and he made such a scene that you had to call the cops? I don't know. That's crazy. How's the arm doing? The elbow's pretty good. My fucking Hinge date? I'm not gonna find it from Hinge date. Like half the submission said Hinge. My elbow or my rib hurts like fuck. Give me something more identifying. Do mine with the word it's jizz. Well, it can't be one of the worst first dates if somebody's jizzing. I mean, come on. Okay. Control F. Fantasy. Okay, you're the only one that has a story about fantasy football. Are you this one? So I got Hinge low-key inspired by you, but which I'm banned from Hinge, by the way. I didn't even fucking do the video. It was like, you're impersonating this guy. And I was like, well, I am that guy. So, okay. But I mean, whatevs. I went on a date with this guy. Okay, whatever. The video could still happen, but the continuity is going to be ridiculous because of starting in Austin and whatever.
I went on a date with this guy to our local mall. He was buying me everything and paying for me, and for things I said that I liked. Middle of the date, we're in a bath and body works, and he starts to play fantasy football. Inevitably, he gets quiet while playing, so I make conversation and I mention his cross necklace. He says he's Christian and asks if I was as well. Without warning, he turns around and looks at me and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I hate Jews." And mental illness isn't real. I look at him in total shock and respond, "Well, I'm Jewish and mentally ill." He told me he would find a way to work around it. He never did, and we did not go out again.
Wow. What? No, she didn't say I'd go out again. She said, and we did not go out again. And frankly, I agree. We went out a bunch after that. That's crazy to check your fantasy football stats. And then I guess something just reminds you and you're like, oh yeah, I hate the Jews and mentally ill people. Don't even get me started on mentally ill Jews. And she's like, well, have I got some news for you? It's like, oh, be gone, woman. Be gone away from me. Lexi Joy, thank you for the one gifted. Crazy. Crazy thing to, if you guys are thinking about being anti-Semitic on your first dates, I would hold off. I would wait until you learn that, you know, maybe they're a Nazi, coincidentally. And you're like, oh, sweet. I was going to say this on the first date, but as it turns out, I could have. God damn. That is crazy. Thank you for the 100 bits, William. And I'm sorry, but the price has increased to one gifted. And Lexi Joy's outbid you. Lexi Joy, thank you for the one gifted. Appreciate it. That reminds me of a Nathan For You clip, which I will be playing. The dropping of the anti-Semitism. Dude, hold on. This is gonna kill, and it's gonna be worth the time taken here. I just need you guys to give me 1 second. Just one moment is all I ask. What the fuck? Oh, I'm about to slam dunk. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. First time chat. Your mom's so crumb that strong aunts took her away forever. Okay, well, how about this one? Yeah, that's your huge mother listening to music on her AirPods. Wow. That's the whole country of France. And even a little bit of, I believe, Denmark. That's what it looks like. That's how wide she is. Slam dunk. This stream is sponsored by iFunny. Got him. Now, this is exactly my point, is searching from earlier, from way in the beginning of stream. Searching anything on the internet now is goddamn fucking impossible. I knew immediately what image I wanted to pull up, but, oh, it says Denmark in the top right, but I couldn't find it. I mean, how many Yo Mama's So Fat AirPod memes are there? Not many. Anyway, you guys can watch the Nathan For You clip on your own time. I ate up all of our time with that bit, so. Now, did Lexi Joy want me to say her story? Or was that just like a one gifted unassociated? Oh, wait. Hi, it's Emily. Forgot about that one. What is the word? What's the key word? Give me a key word. Look up Jared. Okay. I was going out with this guy. You might have heard of him. He was the spokesperson for Subway for quite some time. And then, worst first date ever. I see on the news during our date. All right, here we go.
I met this boy on Hinge, and he was pretty cool.
Jared is Lexi, Emily is Chameleon. What the fuck? What? God damn it. Jimmy the chameleon doesn't need a reason when it's gonna be the man answers his own. I don't wanna say what happened to the thing man on my own. Jimmy found a brand new home. My mama said I'm lost. It's called Jimmy the Chameleon. It's better be good.
I met a guy off Hinge. He told me to delete my Hinge before we met. So I did. I went to his house the next day, and it smelt like sweat, and he smelt like sweat. He told me that he...
I think we found the culprit then. And his whole house smelled like sweat. Coincidentally, he smelled like sweat as well. How will we ever get to the bottom of this? Also hilarious for him to be like, don't come over unless you delete Hinge. I don't even want to think about you messing other guys. It's like the whole point of Hinge.
He told me that he hasn't washed his hair in months because it's good for your hair. He then tried to kiss me, and I told him I didn't do that on the first meet. And he was like, that's cool. And then we sat on the couch and watched TV. He kept checking his mom's location to make sure she wasn't going to be home.
Oh, wow.
Then he tried to kiss me again, and I told him no again. He finally took the hint, and we went into his room so I could see his chameleon. He dropped the chameleon, and I took that as a hint and left. He started blowing up my phone after when I was at work, and I ghosted him. He shared his location with me the day before and kept sharing it for I think almost a year after.
Holy shit. Crazy. To even be like, would you like to see my chameleon? I haven't showered in 3 years. Do you want to see my chameleon? She totally wants to kiss me. It's only a matter of time. Hilarious to... I mean, what the fuck is his deal? First date? Delete Hinge. Share your location with me. That's awesome. His breath smelled like sweat too. Yeah, I think, yes. That is the least surprising part to me. If he himself smelled like sweat. You gotta be really sweaty to be sweating out of your mouth. Most people would call that spit. He's drinking his own sweat, that's true. He could be very poor, you know? And he just, Hansavella is so luscious. Look at that perfect jawline, that unflawed hair. Schmexy-ass voice, perfectly arched eyebrows, and those eyes, a warm sunset that instantly lights up a room, and I think we could all take some note on these kinds of chats here. And I think we can all learn something about this chatter that is said it 7 times. Oh, they said it. They said it 7 times. You can look in the chat logs, brother. All right, next one.
I met this boy on Hinge, and he was pretty cool, however. When I met up with him at this local bar in my hometown, he was a huge weirdo.
See, everyone's hinging.
I ordered a Dirty Shirley, and he got a random beer. He talked about himself the...
What a fucking weirdo. He probably gets weirder.
He talked about himself the whole
Sweaty
fucking time.
Hold on. Sweaty balls, thank you for the one gifted. Hold on.
He talked about himself the whole fucking time, and I realized how much of a loser he was. The bill came, and I was expecting him to buy my drink, because it was a date, right? He straight up asked want to split, so I threw my money on the counter. Then he walked me to my car and was putting on chapstick. Like, if you aren't paying for my $7 drink, why do you think I want to kiss you? Anyways, fuck you, Jared. No wonder why you're still single.
Yeah, no wonder why you got caught with like 100 terabytes of child pornography, and then you lost your Subway sponsorship. Jared from Subway. That's who she's talking about. I deleted that part to make it a big reveal. Jared from Subway. He only gets worse. I'm kidding. That wasn't Jared from Subway. The timeline probably doesn't. I think he lost that in like right at the beginning of the Obama administration. What times are you usually live? I live in the UK and it's 5 a.m. I always miss them. Well, here in kindergarten they call this 5 times 2. Or not. Fuck! I fucked it up. I'm a fucking dumbass. In kindergarten they call it 5 minus 2. Now, that would have been awesome in a slam dunk, but I did multiplication because that is how smart I am. My brain couldn't even compute subtraction because I'm so many levels ahead that I don't even want to do that basic ass math and I want to go straight to multiplication. Simping for frogs. Thank you for the one gifted. All right, we're going back to random. Random dancing. Did Sweaty Balls say anything? I don't think Sweaty Balls. I think that was just a gift. I don't see anything from Sweaty Balls. God damn it. User Sweaty balls. Oh, well, I was too slow, which makes sense because I'm a bit disabled right now. All right, shart. I can't imagine there's that many sharts. Actually, you're actually the only sharts plural. There is another shart, but you're the only double sharts.
I was talking to this guy. We planned a date to this kind of fancy restaurant. He said he wasn't feeling great, but he still wanted to go. Everything was good. He was a really funny dude. 45 minutes in, he sharts himself. Loudest wet fart I've ever heard too. He started crying and
just going from like a charming, funny guy to the biggest loser ever. Starting to a baby. In his head, he's like, fuck, I am killing this. Oh, I'm sorry. In seconds. Shits, cries, runs away, shitting and crying.
He started crying and took himself to the restroom. He was wearing these baggy slacks, and it was running down on his shoes and onto the floor. It was also like neon green. I'm not even joking. Never saw him again and had to pay $250 for the shart torture.
Yeah, you never saw him again because he committed suicide. That guy is not alive anymore. That's crazy. To be killing it in a date and then just also poor taste during Men's Mental Awareness Month. I'm sorry. That was poor taste in the month. But he's probably alive. But I'm saying that would ruin your life for a little bit. That's something you think about on your deathbed. Speaking of death, that's something you think about like every night for the rest of your life, and you wake up in cold sweats. To be killing it so hard, and you're like, wow, this is crazy. We have this real connection. Maybe this could be something. And then have green diarrhea come out of your body, and you cry. The facade crumbled, dude. The wall of Jericho came tumbling down. Oh, that's awesome. Search couple pumps. LOL. Okay. I will. Thank you for the sub. Simping for frogs. I wonder what keyword couple pumps is going to be. I wonder. I have an educated guess. Yeah, I mean, it could be like the first date was at a gym. How about that? The first date was at a gym, and they were both, like, gym people.
So not a date, but my first time hooking up with this guy.
Okay, so no, it's not. It's what we all thought it was.
So not a date, but my first time hooking up with this guy I had been talking to for a few months went horribly. I had just got done with school, and the dude lived about 20 minutes away. On the way, started to have to pee really bad. Like full to the brim bad. Anyways, when I got to his place, I went to the bathroom. His apartment was silent. My dumbass, self-conscious 18-year-old brain was way too embarrassed to piss like a racehorse and have him here. So I just held it and figured I'd do it later. We started doing the...
Dude, most guys are into squirting. So, like, you could do that, and he'd be like, sweet. He's not going to bat an eye. But I understand the embarrassment. I pee loud and proud. Like, there's no way to mask the loudness of the pee.
We start doing the deed, and a couple pumps in. I projectile pissed. Not wanting to say...
Whoa! Wow, so you went straight to sex. I thought... Wow, okay. I thought... Well, I didn't... I guess I just had... Because the way the story is set up, on the way, she had to pee really bad. So I'm thinking... You have to pee super bad as soon as you get there. Like, you get there and it's fuck time, I guess. Or I guess you just never had a chance. You never escaped. You never, like, went to the kitchen or something.
Not wanting to say, we start doing the deed, and a couple pumps in.
Wait a second. Did I? A couple pumps in! That's where it comes from! 2 pumps?
We start doing the deed, and a couple pumps in. I projectile pissed. Not wanting to say, I just pissed all over him. I told him He then bragged to all his...
Oh, okay. I told him it's 2 wet emojis. I'll fix it.
So not a date. Not wanting to say, I just pissed all over him. I told him I squirted. He then bragged to all his boys about this over months. And he never knew I really just pissed all over him. Whoops.
Fuck, that one's fucking crazy. 2 pumps in, he's feeling like the fucking man. 2 pumps in, he's like, yo, I'm the best ever. In reality, he got pissed on. Holy shit. Oh, fuck, that is so funny. That is not where I expected this to go. At all. Fuck, that is hilarious. Wow, we got shit and then piss stories back to back. Oh my god. That's so funny. That's so funny because, you know, he's like, really? That was you squirting? Like, that guy probably watches, like, you know, who is squirting? I don't know. That's not my thing. I don't know the name of porn stars that do that. Like, Ava Adams squirt compilation. He probably watched that, like, for years and years and years and years. And, you know, he's always been told it's a myth or something. And then he's like, 2 strokes? Ooh, I'm the best. Before I read the last sentence, listened to the last sentence, I was about to say he probably bragged to all his boys. He probably told his fucking parents. I would tell my parents if it was 2, I'd be like, I've got something crazy is happening here. Holy shit. But then he's actually getting super pissed on. What's the difference, though? What's the difference? Thank you for the 100 bits. Hoes and Tito's. What is the difference? Because, I mean, I know there's a difference. I'm certain. I know there's a difference in, like, how you're feeling, you know? I mean, I'm sure it kind of feels like peeing. But, I mean, if you were to take squirt and piss to a lab, it would come back 100% the same. She just wasn't sexually peeing. She just had to pee a lot. She wasn't sexually peeing. She didn't have her doonies down. Her doonies beat so down that she peed. Or whatever. One is all pee and one is less pee. A little less pee, though. I'm not arguing that. I'm seeing some chatters thinking that I'm on the side of squirt is a completely different thing. What is it, fucking cum? No, it's piss. I'm saying it's piss. I'm saying if you took it to a lab, it would be the same thing. But I'm saying that's pee. It's the intent behind the piss. It's the motive behind the piss that matters. In many ways, like murdering somebody. You know, motive matters. If it was premeditated, 1st degree, accident, like 3rd degree, whatever, it's the same thing. Were you sexually peeing or were you just peeing? Maybe a little bit more hydrated piss would squirt. But anyways, this has been a long conversation. That's so funny. Fuck, that is such a good story. Yeah, I know your piss is clear because my piss is clear. But I'm saying I would imagine a squirt compound would be a bit less yellow. But still foundationally mostly pee. Guys, I don't fucking know. I'm not a scientist. I have no idea. I thought it was myth for a long time. But then I met your mom. No, it wasn't your mom. But where the fuck? This is like the most divided the chat has been maybe ever. There's a squirting debate happening live on Twitch. I don't care. Whatever you believe, I believe. You know? Poll it. Fuck it. Go ahead. Go nuts. Whew. Sorry. Rib pain. Squirting contest. Let's see who can squirt the farthest. I think I'm going to end it after this one. So I'm trying to find a good one. I hope this is real. Oh my god. Fellow miners about shit. We just had back-to-back shit and piss stories, okay? This one is not excrement related. It's not queefing or farting. We're good.
He picked the restaurant. Fancy. Classy. I was impressed. Until he walked in carrying a large urn. He set it on the table. I asked about it. He smiled and said, "This is my Nana. She goes everywhere with me. She helps me judge character." Then he opened it. Right there, on the table. Said, "She likes to breathe sometimes." A gust of air hit me. I tasted ash. The waiter came over, saw the scene, and just whispered, "Not again."
I fucking hope this is real. But the not again detail and then the she likes to breathe and then a random gust of air happens. If he did like this, that is fucking hilarious. But the waitress coming up and doing like a sitcom like, "Not again." He's always bringing girls in here and showing them his Nana. Why don't we do this? Why don't we Google dork this? That's something I learned. I learned OSINT tools yesterday when I was trying to figure out how to hack and code. Wow, okay, it does not match any documents. So, could be just a, powerful imagination. Okay, this one is 8. Okay, that's sweet.
I've never been on a date, and I'm gonna die alone.
Yeah. That'll be it, ladies and gents. We're done there. Unless you're like a kid. If you're like in middle school, and you're like, I've never been on a date, I'm gonna die alone. No. But if you're like, if you're like mid-20s or something, 30, I'm kidding. You can find love at any age. All right. Please mod me. Watch this, you fucking bitch. Yeah, we'll hit you with a timeout. I was thinking about the band hammer, boy. Just show you how to get down. Show you how to get down. No, let's end one on an actual first date. I keep saying I'm gonna finish, and then I don't. 24. Okay, I'll search Dirt Road Home because you've sent a decent amount of bits. But I don't want to have all poop and piss and shit. Is this going to be an anal thing? Oh, I remember what I was going to say earlier. This has nothing to do with anything now, but at the time, I'm just too ADHD brain, but at the time there was a story where, the guy that pooped and cried or whatever. I was seeing this girl one time who told me about a dude she invited over and had been talking to or whatever, and he got so nervous that he like puked a bunch. Like they would be eating dinner and he'd be like, excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. He just kept throwing up. He just kept puking, which is hilarious. How's your elbow? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. My elbow is actually pretty good. It won't be good after surgery. It'll hurt for a little bit, but then it get better. My rib is a little fucky-wucky. Okay. I'm preparing myself for a poop story. You know what? Maybe maybe Take the Dirt Road Home is not about poop.
Went to a really
We can have
nice
wishful
dinner,
thinking.
had a few drinks. Everything was great, so we get back to her place. We were feeling each other and wanted to have some fun, but the Red River was flowing. She told me to take the dirt road home, and everything was fine.
Oh, wow.
Then, after I went to get a towel to clean up, and she blew shit chunks everywhere as I walked down the hallway back to the room. I stopped dead in my tracks and dropped the towel on the floor. I didn't know what to do, so I just left. I had nothing but my underwear on and drove home in complete silence. We never spoke after that.
Right, because, fuck, I don't want to laugh too much. It hurts my... So he left? Yeah, what was he going to do? Wipe her butt? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. This is a first date. You don't care for each other yet. You haven't developed the caring and loving and nurturing aspect of a relationship. Wow, that is crazy, dude. What would I do in that situation? The same thing. I might say something. You know what? I would say something. Anal on the first date. Anal on the first date is wild. Yeah, that's the biggest problem is, why are you doing anal on the first date? Some people don't even kiss on the first date. You're doing anal on the first date. That's, I don't do anal and tell. Like, that's insane, dude. To, like, have, like a cute little dinner. Like an hour prior to that, you were telling her what you studied in college. You were telling her what you studied in college and how you're just making small talk. You told her what you studied in college and what your parents do, and, you guys are just having small talk, and then now she's pooping on you. An hour ago, she was like, yeah, my favorite fruit is like an apple, and then, I've got a little sister, and it's so crazy. They grow up so fast, and then cut to her pooping on you. That's crazy. At least it was at her house, not yours. His. Don't fucking pin the poop girl on me, Jesus. Dude, anal is fucking crazy. Crazy. I'm judging you a bit. I'm judging her way more, but I'm also judging you. No chance in hell. I mean, why not just take the Red River home unless you were about to have raw anal sex with a girl on the first date? We cracked the code. That is what, oh my God. You freak. And her too. Her too for being like, yeah. That could have been all over you, dude. Wow. At least you weren't in the line of fire. First time chat. Thoughts on the Switch 2? Hey, thank you. I think we do need a change of topic right now. I think it's stupid, dude. I want to play the new Mario Kart. It looks the new console looks the same, just a little bit bigger and a bajillion dollars. So the price of Mario Kart is not only just $100 or whatever. It's also the price of a Switch 2. That's dumb. That's dumb as hell. Oh man, been going through a rough time with my parents' divorce and just wanted to know if you have any tips on getting better. A lot of times I get these and it's hard to like decide whether I want to lead into a bit or like be sincere because it's always first time chat. So I wonder if it's just a bit or not. But either way, if it's a bit or not, a little word of advice for you. You know, I'm sure that sucks to go through. My parents are together, so I never experienced that myself. But divorce is always a good thing. Always a good thing. Always. Which sounds crazy, but if two people fucking hate each other, and it sucks ass, and when I was a kid, my parents would argue, and I'd be like, if you guys get divorced, I'm never gonna forgive you. But them being separated would be more beneficial than me being in my room and hearing them be like, you know what I'm saying? That's way worse than just the sentiment of divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's better for your parents, too. And you care about your parents because you're upset about the divorce, and it can be hard on the kid. But you get double Christmas, bruh. You get double Christmas, and you don't have to hear arguing, and they don't want to be together. So ultimately, it's a good thing. How old are you, though? Miss Sub? When? I see the sub badge, but you did not subscribe today. Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Show elbow. Well, thank you for the sub. If it just didn't go through, gold heart. Ow. That can be hard on a kid. I'm certain of it. So, sorry about that. I'll do one more just so we don't end on anal. Ooh, that looks fun. That looks fun. I'm going to do random number generator for this one. Just end it how we started it. La. Okay. That one was not good. I'm going to go to the more recent ones. I feel like these will be better. I feel like some people got confused as I'm looking through the submissions now. They're like, well, my first ever date ever was when I was 13. And it's like, well, no, that's not what I mean. I meant first date with a person. Okay, this one rocks. This one rocks. This one rocks. I'm doing this one. It is still excrement. I guess we'll never escape. You guys got to stop dating dudes that poop and vomit and pee on everything. And stop dating girls that also poop and pee and vomit on everything. Seems to be a recurring theme. This is the last one.
This by saying home.
This is the last one.
Prefacing this by saying homeboy was balding with a bad mullet at 25. So he's already losing. We were hanging out at my house and decided to go to a bar close by. He pre-games with an entire bottle of wine. We get to the bar, and he continues drinking, of course. Decides he wants to do karaoke. That is
crazy. That's fucking crazy. To pregame with an entire bottle of wine. A whole bottle of wine, but wine fucks me up, though. Wine fucks me up bad. Like I would never drink a whole bottle of wine and then go somewhere.
Decides he wants to. He pre-games with an entire bottle of wine. We get to the bar, and he continues drinking, of course. Decides he wants to do karaoke, which leads to me hearing the worst version of a 3 Days Grace song. Ever then, I drive him back to my house.
That's fucking
and he ends
awesome,
up throwing
though.
up in my kitchen sink.
Oh, that rocks. That rocks. That rocks to just show up. You're like, because when you're going on a date and you're like, let's get some drinks. You're not drinking. Like, you're not drinking. That's not... You are like, especially on a first date, maybe if you're dating, where you guys are like, all right, let's get fucked up. This would be crazy. But didn't you drink a whole bottle of wine on stream once? Yeah, I'm not saying that inherently. I mean, that's not that good. That's like 3 bottles of wine. Wow. That's 3 glasses of wine. Or 3 regular human glasses of wine, not standard glass of wine. Because who the fuck does that unless they're at a restaurant? But I'm saying I would never do that before a first date. I'd be fucked up, dude. I don't want to be fucked up. But I'm saying he kind of rocks in that he drinks a whole bottle of wine, and then gets there, and you're like trying to talk to him. He's like, shut up. I'll have a double tequila soda. They're Michelob Ultra. And he's like barely listening to you, and he's like, watch this. In my time of dying, on this bed I lay, laying here in pain. I can feel my... Like, in his head, he's probably fucking killing this date. He's like, watch this. Bam, 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 bam. You drink a whole bottle? I can't... I mean, maybe. Probably. But over the course of 2 hours for a stream or something, and I'm not going on a date after. That's my main point. Is that is a bad look.
Decides he wants to do karaoke, which leads to me hearing the worst version of a 3 Days Grace song.
Hate everything.
And he ends
Could you
up throwing
imagine?
up in my kitchen sink.
Damn.
I also have made emetophobia, so I was sitting on my patio having a literal panic attack the whole time. I ended up dating him for a few months, didn't enjoy much of it, LOL.
Because of course. What do you mean? Come on. How was that the first date? And you're like, oh, it's just something about it. He fucking got you is what he did, because he fucking rocks. He fucking got you with the 3 Days Grace. He went up there and he was like, I hate you, you bitch. Fuck you, bitch. And threw up when you evidently have a phobia of vomiting. And you're like, it's just got this charm, this twinkle in this eye, this chunk in his vomit. Because misery loves my company. I know way too much 3 Days Grace, dude. Don't even get me started on 3 Days Grace, bro. Don't even get me started. That's like the reason I chose this. When I was in 5th and 6th grade, that was the only music I listened to, was 3 Days Grace. Because there was a Harry Potter fan edit that I saw. It was an edit of Harry Potter, and Time of Dying was in there. It was Time of Dying by 3 Days Grace, and it was like Harry Potter Reddit. And I was like, yo, this is the coolest fucking shit ever. I was like, this is awesome. And then Transit to Venus, and yes, I know the name of the album, came out when I was in 8th grade. I love 3 Days Grace, dude. They're so good. What's up and God bless. Inshallah, brother. God bless. Oh, fuck. I used to, like, exclusively watch edits of shit I was interested in when I was like in 5th. And it was like the garbage edits, like early YouTube edits, like 2010, 2011, like 2010 through 2013. Dude, I used to read this book series called Artemis Fowl. And I remember it pissed me off that there were no Artemis Fowl edits on YouTube. And then I found this dude. It was like, this is such a deep cut. I haven't told this story to anyone in my life. I used to be obsessed with the Artemis Fowl books. I actually still have all of them. This is the same book from bookshelf from my childhood. And I was pissed because there were none. It was too niche. No Artemis Fowl edits. And then this one guy he made a channel strictly to cosplay as Artemis Fowl. And I was like, this is my fucking hero. Yes. One Direction edits were peak. Yeah, but that was later. I'm talking about when I'm 10 and 11 and 12. And also, I didn't give a fuck about those fucking losers. I'm watching Artemis Fowl edits. These are deep cuts. All right? He's like a wizard detective or something. I can't remember. But there was a song that was like, Artemis Fowl, Artemis Fowl. Something like that. It's been stuck in my head since I was like 9. Where did you watch those edits? YouTube, dude. That's what I'm saying. The early edits were all over YouTube, and they were so dog shit. You could never find them now because the search is so shitty. I could probably way back machine it. I'm curious. So how does this pertain to the date story? Oh, 3 Days Grace. That's why. I see. Reread them? Well, I'm not going to reread them. Oh, you're talking about, my mind went back to Harry Potter. I was like, not during Pride Month. No, Artemis Fowl it's too, even when I was that age, even when I was like 11, I was like, this is way too fucking kiddie shit for me. Because I read Harry Potter when I was 9. I read all of the Harry Potter books when I was 9. So Artemis Fowl was like a step back. I was like, this is some fucking kiddie shit. But conceptually, I liked him as a character. Like, he was a cool concept, but just like rudimentary. The words were like this big. I'm like, I actually graduated 2nd grade 2 years ago, so. Yeah, we're done with the stories. I went on this crazy tangent. We're not done with all of them, but we're done for tonight. We'll pick this back up.